Yo, what is up, it's Hedgehog here, and I have a bit of a confession to make. So when I was younger, I grew up with a lot of gaming franchises like Mario and Sonic. Well, I say many gaming franchises, but honestly it was mostly just Mario and Sonic. But I didn't actually play the games that much. I mean, I definitely had them. Like, I grew up on stuff like New Super Mario Brothers, New Super Mario Brothers Wii, and the first two Sonic games on my PS2. But I was never particularly good at the games, so I didn't play them very often. What I was more interested in was the cartoon shows. Yeah, basically anyone who grew up in the 90s probably remembers these. Back whenever video games first became a big thing in the late 80s, early 90s, the biggest gaming franchises started to get adapted into Saturday morning cartoon shows. The three ones that you've probably heard of being Super Mario Bros., Sonic the Hedgehog, and The Legend of Zelda. The first two being quite infamous, and the last one being infamous, but not quite as infamous. These shows were all made by a company called Deke Entertainment. I doubt you've heard of them. They were weird, let's say that, and all of the shows definitely had a very similar tone. But as someone who grew up with those shows, obviously they weren't on TV anymore whenever I saw them, but I did have DVDs and I grew up with these shows. And speaking from that, I enjoyed them a lot when I was younger. But I do hear all the criticism that these shows get, you know, in the modern internet age. And I've been wondering, maybe I was just stupid as a child. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go back and I'm going to watch a couple of these shows. And the original plan was actually to do a video on all of these shows, but then I decided to just put them all up into different things and talk about them more in depth. So I was going to do a video on the Sonic ones, a video on the Mario ones, and a video on the Zelda one. But then I decided I was just going to do Sonic, and it just sort of kept condensing down until eventually I decided to do this one video. So today we're going to be talking about a show that I didn't even actually grow up with. This was one of the ones that I had never heard of when I was younger. This is The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, which was the first Sonic cartoon. This was, I believe this came out before Sonic 3. This is actually a pretty old show. And this is one of 3 Sonic cartoons. I was originally actually going to talk about Underground, which is the one that I grew up with when I was younger, but I decided it would make more sense to talk about the other 2 first. So right now I'm talking about episode 1 of The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. Let's go. Okay, so right off the bat, this is the most early 90s thing I've ever seen. I mean, look at this. It's so random and all over the place. Robotnik is just showing up in random places. These 2 robots, who we'll learn about later, are also popping up everywhere. And then you got Sonic and Tails going about doing a bunch of nonsense, with Sonic's name just somehow managing to pop up everywhere. And depressingly, this is a sign of things to come. Alright, so let's just start off, and the first thing we see is Jesus! Sonic! My God, I don't want to see your ass. If I want it better, just go and check DeviantArt. Anyway, aside from that, Sonic's making his way down a mountain, and... Oh! Hi, Tails! Oh, but it looks like Sonic doesn't want anything to do with Tails. He goes so fast that he turns the sidewalk into a goddamn carpet. Also, why does the spin dash sound like a goddamn chainsaw? Just thought I'd point that out. Anyway, Sonic runs to the top of this hill and Tails manages to catch up with him.
Civilization. Boy, I thought we'd never find it.
Excuse me, what? What do you mean you never thought you'd find civilization? Have you just been wandering about in a goddamn wasteland for this long? Are you serious? You can't just throw a line like that in the first episode and expect me to accept it. What in the hell does that even mean? Not that I don't know how dark of a line that is for a show that had a mostly, like, what, 6-year-old demographic? I mean, yeah, kids are going to pick up on stuff like that, but at that point, why even put it in the show? It's not like for the adults, because this is the kind of show that both kids and adults can enjoy for the same reason. It's like Looney Tunes. It's just ageless, if you get what I mean. Like, I actually do quite like this show, but a line like that is just so out of nowhere. It has some really dark implications when you think about it. Anyway, back to the plot. So, these 2 robots have managed to capture Sonic and Tails in this weird rope trap. These 2 are Scratch and Grinder. And it's funny because Grinder is actually in Sonic 2 with a slightly different design, but it's definitely him. But Scratch, I don't think has ever made an appearance in a Sonic game. I mean, he may have been in Spinball, because I know Spinball did take some characters from these shows. But aside from that, I don't really think he's ever been in any of the games. Anyway, even though these 2 are robots and have set programming, Sonic for some reason tries to reason with them.
Hold it, guys. You don't want to do this.
attention to each other.
I don't like where this is going. Anyway, Sonic proceeds to flash back to the day him and Tails first met Scratch and Grinder. Right, now this normally wouldn't be a problem if this was in, like, smack bang in the middle of the show and they're like, this is how Sonic and Tails met Scratch and Grinder. But this is the first episode of the show. None of that intro was necessary. You could have just cut that off and have the episode be about Sonic and Tails meeting Scratch and Grinder for the first time and then becoming the recurring antagonists for the rest of the show. What is the point of this whole flashback thing? It doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. Anyway, the flashback starts and Sonic and Tails are in a village, which makes the civilization line from earlier make even less sense. But nobody's around.
Where is everybody?
We're hiding, and if you have any sense, you'll hide too.
Well done, Height, and you just popped your head out of a window. You're lucky not to be dead. Also, this dude was ahead of his time. Anyway, it turns out there's a bounty hunters convention in town, and everyone's scared of the bounty hunters, but not that's going to save them because they just straight up broke into this person's house.
People aren't very friendly in this town.
Bro, you think that's bad? Try living in Ireland. Anyway, it turns out Robotnik's running the bounty hunters convention, and Jesus Christ. Anyway, so Sonic and Tails get to the Bounty Hunters convention and we find out that Robotnik has called all these bounty hunters here to kill Sonic and Tails. No surprise there. In fact, he hates Sonic so much he got the word hate tattooed on his teeth. How does that even work?
I am hereby declaring Sonic the Hedgehog as Mobius's most wanted fugitive.
I'm pretty sure you don't actually have the power to do that, and if you do, who the fuck put Robotnik in charge?
I am offering you the biggest reward in bounty hunter history. 1 billion Mobiums.
Question from the crowd?
What is it?
I'm worth way more than that.
You cocky piece of shit. But anyway, Robotnik finally notices that Sonic's in the crowd and sends all the bounty hunters after him, because I'm sure that's gonna work out.
I'm over there.
Really?
Don't let go.
Are you fucking serious? What is wrong with these robots?
Tisk, tisk, tisk. Told you not to let go. You know, I sure have fun.
Excuse me? You just killed those guys, and the first thing you say is, I sure have fun? Those are the words of a serial killer, not someone kids are supposed to look up to.
We sure showed them, didn't we, Sonic?
We? Tails, I don't think you killed a single one of those robots. It was all Sonic. You can fuck right off with that shit. Anyway, Robotnik blames his failure on the robots, and not his own incompetence of having all those robots in one place at one time, which was honestly the dumbest idea he's ever had. But no, he decides he's going to make 2 better robots, and this is where Scratch and Grinder are created. I honestly forgot that's what this episode was about. That's how sidetracked this thing got. And speaking of sidetracked, now we got an entire other subplot about this monkey guy being jealous of the new robots and trying to prove his worth to Robotnik. This episode is all over the place. What the fuck? It probably sounds like I hate this show with all the shit I'm talking, but honestly, I think it's really funny, and I recommend you check it out if you like really random humor. Just look up The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. All the episodes are on YouTube. It is a pretty funny show, and it led to one of the funniest memes that just refuses to stop being funny. Anyway, it cuts back to Sonic and Tails running in the desert, when suddenly Sonic spots it's a chili dog stand, which I believe this was actually the first time Sonic was ever shown to love chili dogs, but I might be wrong about that. But it doesn't matter, because the chili dog stand is run by that monkey guy from earlier, I'm sorry I don't remember his name, who turns it into a giant Megazord-looking robot.
That's the last time we ever buy chili dogs from that guy.
The last time? When was the first? You just walked up to the place and he turned it into a giant robot. You never bought chili dogs from him. It's hard for it to be the last time when you never did it in the first place. Anyway, after trying some weird cannon bullshit, Sonic managed to turn all the cannons inside and blow the fucker up. So, that's him gone, I guess. We then cut to Scratch and Grinder, who have apparently come up with a plan to catch Sonic. And you know what? I believe in them. They were made to catch Sonic specifically by Robotnik. Not any other hedgehog, specifically Sonic. So let's see what this genius plan of theirs is. What? What the fuck? How the fuck does that even work? did that shit, I'd be confused. But he's a fucking robot. How does blowing into your stuff like that? Is he a balloon? What the fuck? Anyway, after that complete and utter bullshit, we get this. And just watch this scene. Just watch it.
Scratch! He's right behind me! Get ready to drop the wall!
Stuck? Here, let me help you.
For those of you who didn't notice, let me point it out. Grinder runs past the wall and tells Scratch to drop it. Sonic catches it and then drops the wall, and Grinder somehow runs into it when he already ran past the wall like 5 seconds ago. How the fuck did that happen? That makes less sense than the pumpkin. And that made zero fucking sense. Anyway, apparently Grinder now has a plan, so I'm interested to see how this works, so considering this guy can't even decide what part of the Earth he wants to be on. Is it bad that the only question I have is if he got head from that thing, would it count as a blowjob or a hand job? Am I asking the real questions or am I just weird? I'm probably just weird. Anyway, the rest of the episode was pretty boring, so let's just skip to the part of this show you've almost definitely heard of. The Sonic Says segments. And, yeah, we've all heard this fucking gem of a line.
Kids, there's nothing more cool than being hugged by someone you like. But if someone tries to touch you in a place or in a way that makes you feel uncomfortable, that's no good.
But unlike that, which is genuinely good advice, this one is just straight up bullshit.
We're surrounded, Sonic. Call 911.
No way, Tails. This is nothing. 911 is for real emergencies.
Yeah, Sonic, teach kids that being jumped by 3 lunatics is not a real reason to call 911, you stupid son of a bitch. Anyways, what's my final verdict on this show? It's actually really funny. I actually quite like it. It's a little stupid at times, but honestly, I feel like that's what they were going for. Shows like that, like shit that's very similar to Looney Tunes, and like even Tom and Jerry, is always just meant to be stupid, nonsensical fun. And you know what? It pulls that off pretty well. It's pretty funny. Robotnik is the sexiest fat man in cartoons, as the creator once called him. And yeah, I honestly recommend you check this show out. As I said, it's all on YouTube. Just look up Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog on YouTube, and the whole show will come up. Fucking go crazy. It's a pretty solid show. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed the video, I'm sure you will like. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Tell me if you enjoyed this new video style. I really put a lot of time into this video. This is the most editing I've ever put into any of my videos, and I really hope that you like it. Because I'm definitely, if you do, I'll definitely keep this up. Obviously, my upload schedule will probably have to go down from 4 videos a week to maybe just 1. But genuinely, I really enjoyed making this video. So yeah, be sure to let me know your feedback in the comments. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.